Welcome to the Datalynx YouTube channel. This video centers on the Data Exchange processing servers. These servers are utilized by both Data Explorer and Data Exchange to execute tasks. Let's explore how to configure the processing server in Data Exchange. Sign in to Data Exchange as an administrator user. Navigate to the System tab and choose Servers from the Setup toolbar. This action will open the processing server window. You will find a server already listed in this window. Upon registering the server with the key during installation, it was seamlessly integrated into the system and automatically included in this list. Next to the server name, you'll find the server properties. From here, we can observe that the server is currently unlocked, indicating its ability to run jobs. The status is idle, indicating that no jobs have been submitted for execution at this time. The processing priority is set to normal, meaning that jobs will be executed with a standard level of importance. Further details on this will be provided shortly. Similarly, for this server, the priority range is from 1 to 10. These parameters can be adjusted to prioritize ETL jobs, allowing for precise resource allocation. The maximum concurrent jobs allowed is set to 3, meaning that only 3 jobs can be submitted for execution simultaneously. If a fourth job is submitted, it will need to wait for one of the existing jobs to complete before processing can begin. The polling interval is configured to 10, indicating that the tool will check for new data every 10 seconds. The license allows the data exchange to be utilized on a system with up to 4 CPU cores. You can modify these properties by clicking the Edit button. A server maintenance window will be displayed, providing you with the flexibility to adjust the processing priority to either normal, high, or highest levels. Job with normal priority competes for system resources alongside other tasks, but they may not receive preferential treatment over other jobs. Jobs with high priority are given elevated importance compared to normal tasks. Data Exchange will allocate more resources, such as CPU and memory, to high-priority jobs, allowing them to execute more quickly and efficiently. Similarly, jobs with the highest priority are granted the utmost importance, and are typically processed with the highest urgency. Data Exchange prioritizes these jobs above all others, dedicating significant system resources. Similarly, you have the option to assign the maximum concurrent jobs, defining the maximum number of jobs that can run concurrently on a server. Likewise, you can adjust the polling interval to suit your preferences. The polling interval determines how often the tool checks these sources for new data or events. It is the time interval between consecutive checks. The polling interval can be set based on your requirement. Lastly, process job priority from, and to, refer to the range within which the priority of processing jobs can be adjusted. Process job priority from, this specifies the lowest priority level from which the priority of processing jobs can be set or adjusted. Jobs can be assigned a priority level equal to or greater than this value. Process job priority to, this indicates the highest priority level to which the priority of processing jobs can be set or adjusted. Jobs can be assigned a priority level equal to or lower than this value. Finally, you can click the Save button to apply your changes. Alternatively, if you click the Close button, a dialog box will appear asking if you want to save the changes. Select Yes to save your changes or No to close the window without saving. Let's explore the other buttons on the main window. To add a new server, click the New button. This will open the Add New Processing Server window. Enter the name of the new processing server and click OK. The new server will then appear in the list. You will notice that the new server is locked while the old server is unlocked. If you want to lock the old server to use the new one, select the old server and click the Lock button. A warning window will appear, indicating that any job assigned to or currently running on that server will be stopped. Make sure the server status is idle, then click the Yes button to proceed with locking the server. Similarly, to unlock the new server, select it and click the Unlock button. A warning window will appear, indicating that the new processing server will allow new jobs to be assigned to it. Click the Yes button to proceed with unlocking the server. Similarly, to assign the new server to all file folders, right-click on the new server and select the appropriate option. A window will appear asking if you want to assign the server to all data folders. Click Yes to continue. Likewise, to assign the new server to all templates, right-click on the new server and choose the option. A window will appear asking if you want to assign the server to all templates. Click Yes to continue. Now, we need to promote the new server. Click the Job Manager button to open the Job Manager's window. When you select the new server, the Promote button will become enabled. Currently, you can see that the new server is a slave while the old server is the master. The Master Job Manager, or Primary Job Manager, is responsible for coordinating and controlling the execution of jobs across the system. On the other hand, the Slave Job Manager, or Secondary Job Manager, is responsible for executing the jobs assigned by the Master Job Manager. To promote the new server, click the Promote button. A warning window will appear asking for confirmation to promote it to Master Job Manager. Click Yes to continue. You will now see the test server at the top of the list. Next, let's explore the other buttons in the Job Manager window. You can lock the Job Manager if it is not needed by clicking the Lock button, which functions similarly to the lock feature in the Processing Server window. Additionally, you can reset the polling interval. The Refresh button will update the list with the modified parameters. Lastly, click the Close button to exit the Job Manager's window. Now, let's examine a few other important buttons on the Processing Server's window. Click the Parameters button to open the Global Processing Parameters window. Here, you have the option to enable or disable record IDs logging. When record IDs logging is set to On, the Data Exchange will keep a log of the unique identifiers for each record processed. This logging helps in tracking and auditing the records that have been processed, identifying any records that encountered errors, and facilitating troubleshooting and data reconciliation. When record IDs logging is set to Off, the Data Exchange will not log the unique identifiers for the records it processes. This can reduce overhead and improve performance, especially when processing large volumes of data, as logging can add extra processing time and storage requirements. In Classification Phrase Length, you define the quantity of words used for categorization. This allows customization of the classifier to process inputs of precisely n words. For instance, a pizza parlor might classify pizza taste using 6 words, such as, "I love this pizza, it's delicious." Based on these 6 words, the model predicts a positive or favorable review. Next, let's check the destination file parameters. You can write to disk every n records. This means that data is being saved or written to a storage disk example after every 50 records have been processed or accumulated. Lastly, refresh file every 50,000 or n records refers to updating or rewriting a file with the latest data after processing, example every 50,000 records. It is useful in scenarios where processing large datasets sequentially is not feasible due to memory or performance constraints. Once you set up the parameters, click OK to save, or click the Cancel button to simply exit. Additionally, there's a feature that allows you to receive emails indicating whether the ETL jobs have succeeded or failed. Simply click the Email button. Given the potential for big data processing to take longer, or for scheduled runs to occur after hours, you can opt to receive email notifications upon job success or failure. The email setup involves configuring the outgoing mail server. Therefore, you need to input your Simple Mail Transfer Protocol (SMTP) server address and port number. For example, Outlook's SMTP server is smtp-mail.outlook.com, with ports 587, or occasionally 25 or 465, and it uses TLS or SSL encryption. If you want to receive notifications for job success, you can input your email address, and the same applies vice versa. Similarly, to disable SMTP authentication, you can opt for anonymous authentication. If you need to add a user, you can disable this option and manually input the username and password. SMTP authentication helps ensure that only authorized users can send emails through the server. Click the Send Test Email button to receive a test email and ensure that the configuration is functioning correctly. Click the OK button to save and exit. The Close button will result in unsaved changes. Once this is done, if the old server is no longer needed, you can delete it by clicking the Delete button. A warning window will appear to confirm the deletion. Click Yes to delete, or No to simply dismiss the dialog box. We trust this video covering server processing proves beneficial. Thank you for watching.